has. Okay? In ancient times, Gorgon was a mythical Greek creature whose unblinking eyes turned to stone those who beheld them. In modern times, Gorgon may be one of the military's most valuable new tools. This winter, the Air Force is set to deploy to Afghanistan what it says is a revolutionary airborne surveillance system called Gorgon Stare, which will be able to transmit live video images of physical movement across an entire town. The system, made up of 9 video cameras mounted on a remotely piloted aircraft, can transmit live images to soldiers on the ground or to analysts tracking enemy movements. It can send up to 65 different images to different users. By contrast, Air Force drones today shoot video from a single camera over a soda straw area the size of a building or two. Now, let me explain what this is. Here you have these drone planes flying over this entire village, okay, with these cameras on there, and these cameras can track this terrorist, Taliban guy, coming out of his house, and will be able to track him as he goes, no matter where he goes. They know everything he's doing. They know everywhere he's going. The computer will never lose track of this guy. He said, well, that's good. That's what we need in Afghanistan. It's coming over here, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit. This Gorgon thing was really interesting to me. Gorgon was Medusa, who, if you looked at Medusa, you turned into stone. She was so ugly. But she had snakes with eyes everywhere. The Gorgon Stare system is part of the total information awareness system. They need to know everything. Though, by the way, those large eyes on Gorgon were called the divine eyes. Here's an article that came out January 6th. Utah's $1.5 billion cybersecurity center underway. Now, that looks like a very well established neighborhood, doesn't it? Camp Williams, today's groundbreaking for a $1.5 billion National Security Administration data center is being built, is important in the short term for construction jobs and important in the long term for Utah's reputation as a technology center. Kind of looks like they're way out of the way from everybody, kind of like Area 51. They're going to build a big cybersecurity center. You know what that means? They're going to build this top secret broadcasting compound out in the middle of the Utah desert, where they can get away from everybody and then monitor what everybody is doing. It's an extension of the echelon system. And $1.5 billion. Who's building it? The government. Where does the government get $1.5 billion? From you. See, we're the ones setting this up. We're the ones setting this up, number one, by our stupidity in voting for people that are doing this in our government. Number two, they're the ones that raised all the taxes, then got in all the tax money. We got to have the money. And number three, we're the people in this country that won't live moral lives and won't follow the law of God. It's really down to us as Americans, as human people. We decided not to live by the law of God. God said there are consequences for that. So, the Gorgon system. Oh, it looks great in Afghanistan. Boy, our guys need this. Okay? Well, they already said in that article that, the drones are kind of limited, so we're going to upgrade it a little bit. So, what are we going to do with all these drones? Where are they just going to sit there? No, I ran into this a couple years ago, and I think I reported on it. A town that was buying drones. Here's an article. Drone may be coming to Miami-Dade. A new piece of technology may soon be coming to South Florida, but is already raising concerns from residents. The Miami-Dade Police Department recently finalized a deal to buy a drone, which is an unmanned plane that is equipped with cameras. Drones have been used for years in Iraq and Afghanistan in the war against terror. See? They field tested them there. Now they're going to bring them home. Okay? So they purchased these drones. These are tiny little airplanes. Don't need men flying. The guy flying it is in some kind of secret bunker somewhere, playing a video game. Okay, and he's flying the drone, and the drone can go almost undetected, and with a super sensitive camera can fly way up in the sky, probably not even be heard, hover around an area, and zoom in on your backyard while you're out there watering your garden. or doing whatever it is you do in your backyard, they're going to know about it. You say, well, I built a fence so people wouldn't see what I do in the privacy of my own backyard. Fence. You'll have to build you a dome, buddy. Okay? Our own law enforcement people, our own neighbors who are in law enforcement, remember, you think they're good guys, and probably at the barbecue they are. If they're lost, there's a illuminated eye, all-seeing eye spirit that is dominating and governing what's going on, even amongst our own neighbors. And God said it would be your own neighbors. It would be the people in your own household that would turn against you. This is what we're dealing with. Homeland Security coming to hotels and malls. The United States is stepping up security at soft targets. What's a soft target? A hard target is now watch this now. A hard target is a place where the government is 99% sure there's Al-Qaeda members there sitting, sucking on a hookah and talking about blowing up another building. That's a hard target. A soft target is the government going, you know what, there's probably 1,000 people at the mall. We're pretty sure that maybe one of them might be a potential terrorist. Let's go look at the soft target places. Let's go examine them. Soft targets like hotels. Well, we know that terrorists stay in hotels. So do people. Shopping malls. Yeah, terrorists, they run stores at the mall, don't they? As well as trains and ports as it counters the evolving Al-Qaeda threat. So, let me stop right here. For the last 10 years, we've been blaming the entire, everything on poor Al-Qaeda. Now, I'm not an Al-Qaeda fan, don't get me wrong. But it just seems like the farther we get into this, the more convenient Al-Qaeda became. Has there ever been a link between, let's say, the CIA or some other advanced government think tank and Al-Qaeda? Yeah. So now Al-Qaeda has just become a convenience to those who need total awareness of everything. A year after a foiled plot to bomb a U.S.-bound passenger plane, Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano told CNN State of the Union program that other places and modes of transportation must now be scrutinized. Well, let's see. Hadn't had any trains flying into any buildings, have we? No. No Greyhound buses. And she said other modes of transportation. Your station wagon, that's a mode of transportation. You see where it's going? We look at so-called soft targets, the hotels, shopping malls, for example, all of which we have reached out to in the past year and have done a fair amount of training for their own employees. Since an attempted bombing on Packed Saturday night in Times Square in May, New York, for example, has installed hundreds of security cameras as part of a plan to triple the number of cameras to 3,000. Now, stop this. We can't hire 3,000 police officers to stand at every street corner going. Okay? Now, stop and think about it. If we did put that many police officers out on the street corners, nothing would be going on. You know why? Because people are going, man, I can't steal something here. There's a cop over there, man. I can't do that. Okay? So nobody would. So you know what they did? They got up on the top of the buildings and they put a little camera up there that nobody really thinks about as you're walking on the street. Because they don't want to prevent. They want to catch you after you've done it. Okay? So, oh, my goodness. All right. 3,000 new cameras out there. Soft targets. Then, how dare they? How dare they? There was nothing more American for years in this country than Sam Walton. I mean, Sam Walton. I mean, if you really, I know a pastor that worked for Sam Walton, and he said everything that you've heard about Sam Walton is true. He said he was just a guy with a pickup truck and a dog that just liked to open up Walmart's doors. He just liked giving people a discount, knew how to make $1. Sam Walton was like the epitome of the American story where a guy who is nothing just gets successful because God blesses America. Now they're moving into Walmart. Okay? Janet Napolitano comes out with a program, reaches a deal, not with Sam Walton because he's dead. Sam Walton would roll over in his grave if he knew this was going on. Janet Napolitano has a program called If You See Something, Say Something. And there she is, and this is from Walmart's corporate website. Walmart was selected because everybody goes to Walmart. Now, let's you stop and think about this for a minute. And I'm not trying to racial profile anything, but just look at it. Most Walmart stores are in, let's say, middle class to lower middle class, even in poor areas of the country, primarily white people who would more identify with Christianity than they would with anything. Okay, so the Walmart program has these monitors, these big flat panel monitors at the front of the store. And every now and then is Janet Napolitano, the Department of Homeland Security, big sister. She's going to flash up there and say, "Hi, I'm Janet Napolitano, and I need you to help me catch people that you think might be terrorists. So if you see something, say something." You know what they're doing? Just like Deuteronomy 28, the spirit of the all-seeing eye is getting at people, the people that you go shopping with. And they're turning the people in line behind you into a snitch, a spy. The Walmart shoppers are the biggest threat now to national security. This is crazy. I saw this and I didn't believe it. I'm going to show you a video. And this was actually featured on Fox News. I'm going to show you a video, Hickory, North Carolina, of a police guard tower at a Walmart parking lot. Take a look.
Here we are at Corporate Slave America Walmart Supercenter in Hickory, North Carolina, where just before the holidays, Hickory Police Department decided they needed to put up one of these OCX Skywatch towers. They purchased it using JAG grant funding from the Federal Recovery Act of 2009. They started out during the holiday seasons saying they were going to patrol the area for the mass influx of customers coming through here. But what we have seen is that they just moved it shortly after the turn of the year to the local Target parking lot, and they also ended up putting it over at the mall. But this week I ride by and here it is back here again. It's manufactured by OCX, ICX. They're a Department of Homeland Security contractor. I don't believe they're out here today, or else they would have already started a conversation with me. I've talked to them before. All they really had to say was that it was, quote, operational. Security cameras. This is total police state. First time I come out here, somebody had a van parked out here that said, "Ron Paul was right." They say this can be equipped with infrared security cameras, but I don't believe this one particular model is. It has weather, wind speed. You can see the high intensity lighting there.